Hey y'all, I'm very sorry. I was having some audio issues, but the show must go on. Promise it won't happen again. Enjoy. Ultra Bouters has a huge problem. I have over 100 actions in the Action Network, but no way to visualize it all. I'm losing my mind. So this is what the Action Network looks like as just raw data. It's just a JSON file with a bunch of connections. And what I just did actually is I wrote this script that will take that JSON file and convert it to a Obsidian WebMD database where I can use the graphic node to visualize it. All right, so I'm gonna run the script. I want you to check out how satisfying this is when it populates. Check this out. Look. Oh man. Oh, so satisfying. So this is what it currently looks like. And interesting. This is a kind of a mess, but it's cool to see. What I'm currently thinking about is removing a lot of these connections and kind of like starting from a skeleton and then figuring out a justification as to why a connection needs to be made within the network, because I kind of just arbitrarily chose a lot of these connections, and a lot of connections, it's a lot of animations. Some of them I'm not even sure if they really belong connected as the game has evolved to be in the current state that it's in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove a lot of these connections bare bones, and then I'm going to re-render this view. All right, and here we go. This is a simplified action network. You can see the comparison. This complicated web of connections versus this relatively more simpler web of connection. The first thing is that it's good to see that this is simpler. Previously, I had these air actions that was really convoluted, confusing, but they have to be added back in at some point. It's going to take a second to just analyze this for a second. And all right, so I have a benefit to report. So I have these actions that can't be entered through the player, and I decide to add a system node to kind of represent that. So the system decides when you go to freefall land or hurt action. And I believe freefall land is based on when you collide with the ground after being in the air, and then hurt is when you take damage. And this is already one benefit, because in the previous action network, I had this move was pound fist. And the idea behind the pound fist was that when you're in the air, you could like do like a ground pound fist thing and you have to hold it. But the issue, every action has a frame cost, right? And because I didn't want the player to go from pound fist to spin kick, right? When the cost of the pound fist ended, I just didn't give it any connection. That usually resulted in errors. And so with the discovery of this system technique, where now the system is a node that can transition to certain actions, or is the only one that has the power to transition to these actions, I think the appropriate thing to do for something like the pound fist is to have another action that pops out like pound fist hold, so that when the pound fist animation ends, you're given the option to only do pound fist hold, pound fist hold, pound fist hold until the system takes over and will trigger the freefall land or the hurt. And that's quite a big benefit, because I was unsure on what solution I was going to do, but after looking at this for like 3-4 minutes, it became quite clear and obvious to me. Anyways, further analyzing, I can observe something like a knee, right? And I wish Obsidian was a little easier to read. You can't change the colors. Like, I would love to change the colors of the outbound and inbound. They're all the same color. But it looks like the knee can be transitioned from brawl, from jab left, from jab right, and that's it. But it can transition to brawl, duck, and hook. And how this is helpful is because I can get a quick glance at different actions and see, first of all, what they're connected to, and I should or shouldn't connect them to other nodes like kick to knee. And Obsidian Graph View does a pretty good job with clustering. As you can see here, this is the defend style, and over here is the brawl style, and a lot of the defensive defend nodes are clustered together over here. A lot of the brawl offensive nodes are clustered over here. There's some scattered throughout for various reasons, but just looking at this, right, I can see that the knee is pretty far from dodge, right, left, and back. So it may not make the most sense for me to connect these two nodes. It might just disrupt the synergy if I do that. Obviously, it's something that would have to be tested, but I like the quick look at it. And there's another feature that I'm going to add soon that I really can't wait to talk about in another devlog. It really is going to help support getting from a knee dodge right pretty quickly. At the moment, how many is that? Say you want to go knee to dodge right, so you have to probably go to brawl is probably your best, or you can do okay. So the obvious route is knee to brawl to defend, dodge left, right, or back. And that's probably your best route because all versatility actions only cost 12 frames. But an alternative route you can do is knee to jab, block low or high, and then you can do dodge left or right. But the issue is that this will probably be really expensive for your fatigue to go jab right, spinning fatigue, block low or high, spinning fatigue again, dodge left or right, versus again, when you go down the versatility route, you don't spin any fatigue whatsoever. And this is all by design. This is a lot of trial and error, figuring out how to like get this to feel good. And obviously, still need to get play testers to play to validate all that, but I'm pretty proud of it. Another thing I noticed as well is that I see that I have from jab right to block low and block high. They both connect to dodge left and dodge right, but not dodge back for some reason. I'm not sure why. This is one of the benefits of having such a view, is that I can get a quick glance at what's going on under the hood. Interesting. Okay, now in game, looking at actual dodge right, and it touches a lot of the other defensive action. And that's another gripe that I have with Obsidian. It doesn't show reoccurring connections, which I really wish it does. It's hard to read when it's recurring, because dodge right touches dodge right, but it wasn't obvious. Besides the point. The reason why I pulled this up is I want to show you the importance of the connection. So these numbers, this is the versatility, which is up here. It costs 13 frames. So it'll be available on 38 frame. On frame 138, I will be available again. And then for defense, it costs 22 frames, 47. And so, like if I go to defense style, for example, there are 3 different action types. There's the versatility, defense, and mobility. And they all have their own costs based on the distribution connections for the defense style action, right? Which is why the connections is very important and why it's probably going to make balancing this an incredible nightmare for me. But I like the challenge, bring it on. Brawl style has all 5, I'm saying types, these are finesses, all 5 finesses. Gimme, once again, you're probably gonna hear this a lot, but all this is like really new concepts that they're daily design challenges, trying to figure out how to best communicate it, how to design it. It gives me constant headaches trying to think about them all one like solid design. But like I was saying, the brawl style has a connection to every single finesse type. And you can see that mobility costs a lot, the technical costs a lot, and defense costs a lot. And the reason for that is because there's only one action type that's representative for all of them. And you know, it begs the question, am I better off to just remove those connections entirely? Because then that will then decrease the frame cost for the offensive action. But then at the same time, grab relic is the win state. So is it important to keep it here? I don't know. A lot of questions that I have that need to be answered, and I'm not sure when or how to answer them, but yeah, we just keep on moving forward until we figure it out. And yeah, that's a quick look into today's design challenge. Hopefully you have a little better idea as to why this is such a challenging game to design. It is what it is. I don't know, I'm having a lot of fun. I'll see you in the next one.